You are welcome to this class, the continuation of KOLLIST Philosophy of Metaphysics. This is the class 2 of that class. I started the class 1 where I talked about KOLLIST philosophy as a type of philosophy. So we will proceed now in our study of KOLLIST philosophy of metaphysics, which is regarded as KOLLIST metaphysics. In this class, we're going to proceed. Now we'll proceed in this second class by treating by introducing you to the metaphysics, introduction to metaphysics. Remember that in the last class, I talked about the branches of philosophy. Philosophy has 6 branches, and I mentioned that it has metaphysics, epistemology, morality and ethics, logic, politics, and aesthetics. Those are the 6 branches of philosophy. Now, the first one is metaphysics, and that's what we'll be treating now. That's what I'll be introducing you to before we get to KOLLIST metaphysics per se. I'm firstly introducing you to metaphysics, which is a branch of philosophy. Now, what is metaphysics? Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy, which is also considered the first branch of philosophy. Okay, philosophy has 6 branches, and metaphysics is considered the first because it is the branch of philosophy that serves that lay the foundation for other branches of philosophy. The epistemology, the logic, the morality, the politics, aesthetics, all that they will be built. Their conclusions will be built on the conclusions of metaphysics. Okay, metaphysics comes first, then others follow. There are 2 aspects of metaphysics. Okay, according to history, you know that metaphysics is regarded concerning its name. It's meta, meaning beyond, because it's a Greek word. Meta means above or beyond. Then physics means physical. It was said to be the works of Aristotle written after the physics, the works on physical phenomena. But over the time, the word has changed and evolved into meaning beyond physical. Okay, metaphysics, beyond physical. So many times it's been referred to as when talking of metaphysics, referred to as spiritual phenomena or stuff like that. But there are 2 main aspects of metaphysics. All right, there are 2 main aspects of metaphysics, and number 1 is ontology. Ontology is that aspect of metaphysics which answers the question of what it is, and identifies the first cause. What is the cause of everything? What is the cause of things? What determines, the cause of the reality, the first cause? Philosophy answers that in ontology. Ontology is the aspect of metaphysics that, addresses that. And another aspect of metaphysics is the issue of spirituality, which is beyond physical phenomena, as the name metaphysics implies. Beyond physical. That's meta. Meta means beyond, and physics means physical phenomena. That's beyond physical phenomena and divine phenomena, stuff like that. Okay, that you know that things beyond physical phenomena is also referred to as divine phenomena or spiritual phenomena. Okay, that's the second aspect of metaphysics. But in this level, basic level of KOLLIST Institute, what we will treat now is the first aspect of metaphysics, which is ontology. Okay, the issue of spirituality will be treated more in the pro level, but here we'll treat ontology. That is the what answers the question of what it is and identifies the first cause. What to identify the first cause? Okay, the first cause that caused every creation. We will identify that, we will study that. But the issue of spirituality, we will dwell more on that in pro level. That will be in pro level. So we'll continue. Uh, I will now talk about the types of metaphysics. The types of metaphysics. Okay. In these types of metaphysics, I will talk about, we are focusing on ontology. Okay. Ontology, the first course. That is what we are focusing on. Though that spirituality is also built on, the conclusions of ontology. That's what the spirituality of any type of metaphysics also relies upon. So that's why we are treating ontology. We will face ontology here. That is to identify the first cause. Okay, the first cause. That's what we'll concentrate on here. Now, the types of metaphysics. Okay. Number one, we only treat one in this class. Other types of metaphysics, we'll treat them in other classes that is broad a little. Now, types of metaphysics, we'll treat religious metaphysics. That is a type of metaphysics. Number one, religious metaphysics. It is a type of metaphysics. This metaphysics is produced by the theory of special creation. Every type of metaphysics is always produced by certain theory. Okay, certain theory. We have. Let me tell you the next one that we have. We have scientific metaphysics. Okay, which is produced by Big Bang theory. That's a scientific theory of the first cause. I just bring that as an example to explain this one to you. Now, religious metaphysics is how the religious field of knowledge identify the first cause. They identify the first cause through the theory of special creation. That is the theory which religious metaphysics relies upon. Okay, these are the theories of the first cause provided by different religious sources. Theory of special creation, there are many. So we can call them theories of special creation. Okay? A religious source will have a story of special creation. That is a theory of special creation. So they will have the theory of special creation is a story of special creation. Every religious knowledge, every religious field, every religion, okay, let me put it that way. Every religion has a story, has a creation story. Okay, for example, there is a special creation theory, which is a creation story from the source of Christian religion. You know that Christian religion is one of the most popular religions in the world today. Now, Christian religion has a story of how everything came into existence. Okay, it is that story is revealed in the holy book of Christians called the Bible, in the book of Genesis. Yes, that's where the creation story of Christian religion is written. Okay, you can know about that by reading the Bible, the holy book of the Christians. Read the book of Genesis, the early part. That is where the story of creation, according to the story, which is a theory of special creation of Christian religion, it was said that God created heaven and earth and everything, within seven days. That is what is written there. Okay, that is what Christian religion relies upon as the theory, or as the theory of the first cause. Okay, that's the theory of the first cause, and the first cause, according to this theory, according to this story, is God. Okay, because God created everything according to the story. God created everything. Therefore, God is the first cause according to that story. Okay, and the next one, from the source of Islamic religion. Okay, the God of Islamic religion also told the story of the creation of everything. Okay, how he created everything. It was written in the book of the holy book of the Islamic religion. Okay, called Quran. It is written there how the God created everything. It was written and narrated by the God there. Okay, can read uh, and get the details of that. Also, another one is the special creation theory from Greek mythology. Okay, there is you know that these religions have their mythology, the mythology which they rely upon. You know, their God, the God of each story of how things happened. And in the creation story theory of Greek mythology, based on the story told, you know, by their gods and all that, um, it was said that the Greek mythology have the gods like Zeus, like Hermaphrodite, the Athena, and all that. There are very many. They have HADES, okay, and many other gods there in Greek. So in Greece they said human beings were created by the gods. Okay, those who believe in that mythology, because the Greek mythology also has its own religion. The traditional religion of the Greek people relies on Greek mythology. So how things were created. So the first cause can be considered, those who created, uh, because even Zeus has a father. Maybe the father of Zeus could be considered the first cause. I don't, something like that. Now, special creation theory from Egyptian mythology. Egyptian mythology also has its own religion, which is produced. That's the religion of traditional religion of the Egyptian people, of the Egyptians. So it has the story of how things were created, and all that. So the being that created everything is the first cause. Then the special creation theory from Norse mythology. This the Norse mythology is from the German people, some people in Germany. So it has its own story too of how things were created. You know, the story, creation story from Norse mythology. You can Google this, you can read this online. Special creation theory from Yoruba mythology. Okay, Yoruba mythology. It was said that God Oludodumare sent the gods like Oduduwa to to create the heart, stuff like that. Yoruba mythology has its own story too. You read these stories to know uh, their position on the first cause. Then the special creation theory from Chinese mythology and so on. You know, Chinese mythology also has a story of how a being created heaven and a person, I mean, a god maybe, created heaven and earth, stuff like that. But what I want to point out here is that when talking about the first cause, the stories, the theory of special creation is not the theory of the first cause. Okay? It's not the theory of the first cause. And because of this reason that I would say now, if you go through all the stories by all these sources, religious sources, you realize that their story is all about the planet Earth. Okay? It's all about the planet Earth. How the planet, because they say the world was created, was created, earth, land, waters, all that, human beings, animal, all that are all about planet Earth. When talking about the world, it's all about planet Earth, not about the universe. The universe is bigger than the planet Earth. The planet Earth is just like a drop in the ocean in the universe. This special creation theory do not fit into the theory of the first cause, because the theory of the first cause we talk about how the universe came into being, not the heavens, not the earth, not that. No, it should talk about the galaxies, the solar systems, okay, the cosmos. That's what should be talked about. But in these special creation theories, you will not find any of that. You just find the heaven and earth, waters, land, plant, and so this creation theory, they are not theory of the first cause. Okay, they are not theory of the first cause. Any theory that does not, tell us how the universe is different from the planet Earth. Tell us how galaxies came into being, how the solar systems came into, how the suns came into being. Okay, those are they are the universe that contains all the trillions of planets. When you're talking about the theory of the first cause, but in this all these theories of special creation from these mythologies and these religion sources, they do not have that story. So they don't belong to the theory of the first cause. They don't have it. Okay? They don't have it. They are just talking about the planet Earth. And that is not the story of the first cause. That's not the theory of the first cause. In our next class, I will talk about other types of metaphysics, and I will elaborate more on the main issue, which is the first cause, and how big it is, and the level which it is, which is beyond this art stuff, the word stuff level. Okay, we'll talk about that in